I don't need y'all all into that right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a healing or therapy session. This is 24 lessons that I learned in 2024. Okay? Like, look, you know, forgiveness is not even for them. It's for you, because unforgiveness is a huge stumbling block, and it's a hindrance to the things that God wants to do in your life. And so, with that being said, I crossed over into 2025 with a clean slate. I forgave all them people. I did. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. You already know who it is, and in case you don't, it's your girl Juanika Williams, but all of my friends call me Queen, and so you can do so as well. Please make sure that you hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that y'all stay locked in with me, okay? Because we going up, period. So on today, what I'm gonna do is I am going to do my makeup while we talk about 24 lessons that I learned in 2024, and I hope that you can take some of the wisdom that I learned, some of the mistakes and failures that I learned, and that you implement it into your life as well. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be just doing a natural beat, and also, like I say, we are going to talk about the 24 lessons that I learned in 2024. I have it right here in my phone, so we're going to go and we are going to start. Period. Man, I can't believe that today is January 1st of 2024. Like, I thought I would never get up. I mean, 2025. I'm trying to go back already. But I thought that I would never get out of 2024. I am so excited about 2025. I got a lot of goals and a lot of things that I want to do and accomplish. And so 2024 definitely prepared me for 2025. Actually, all of these years done prepared me for 2025. So I'm excited. Your girl ain't gonna be on the sideline, okay? Because it's time to work. So one of the first lesson, and this is not in any particular order. So if you be like, oh my God, she said that first and she said that last, and guess what, baby? Yeah, I did. And it's okay, because this is what I learned in 2024. And one of the things that I learned that is not on my list is that perfectionism will kill the moment. It will steal the moment. If you're waiting for that perfect time to do whatever it is that you want to do, then guess what? You will miss out on so much, because there isn't a perfect time. There isn't a perfect moment. It's all about you just being obedient to God and doing whatever he's called you to do in that moment. Because if you're waiting on somebody else, or if you're just waiting until you get everything together, then baby, what if you never get it together? I mean, never. Like, come on now. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Whenever God tells us to do something, we're going to be obedient the first time, because partial obedience is still disobedience. And who got time to be being disobedient? Not me, baby. It comes with a lot. It definitely comes with a lot. So the first thing that I'm going to discuss is always keeping God first. The Bible says, I believe it's in Deuteronomy, that you always to keep that God first, to keep the Lord first. And by doing so, he will bless you. And if you don't, he gonna curse you, right? And so I know a lot of times we can get so busy and caught up with life that we put God on him. It's top priority. Because baby, I done tried to do it without him, and your girl didn't get very far. Your girl didn't get far at all. Your girl didn't get around the block, okay? And so I am at this place in this space in my life where I'm like, God, it's me and you. I don't care who leaves, who stays. Like, it's me and you. And so me and God, we locked in. We're not going anywhere. And I'm going to always put him first. Like, period. Lesson 2. that I learned is to embrace my identity as a woman of God. When you have come from a background that pretty much isn't favorable to, you know, most people, and when you've gone through a lot, you could beat yourself up and you could be like, oh my God, you know, God will never love me. Like, he don't see me as a woman of God. He sees me as, you know, my mistakes and my failures or whatever. But that's not the case. God sees you as a woman or a man of God. Like, that's who he called you to be. That's who created you to be, even in your mess. You know what I'm saying? And you can't run from it. So I am learning to fully embrace my identity as a woman of God, as a daughter of God, as a prophet of God. Like, fully embrace it. Because there will be times when I will go into certain environments and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta, like, you know, dim who I am in order to fit in with people. But that's not how God, you know, wants it to be. He wants them to be drawn to you just the way that you are. And if you ever have to dim your light to try to fit in with a group of people, then baby, them ain't your people. Let them go, okay? Let them go. So that is definitely something that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be doing. I remember just recently I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she was talking about some things that had transpired back in 2022, right? And I told her, I was like, look, I'm a woman of God. I don't care. This is 2024. At that time, it was 2024. So I was like, look, like, I'm not worrying about that. I am a woman of God, and this is who I am. And so when I said that, I was like, did I really just say that? And I kind of wanted to take it back, but God wouldn't allow me. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I am stepping into my full identity, and I am embracing who I am as a woman and daughter of God. So right now I'm using this Huda Beauty stick foundation. And so that brings me to lesson number 3, which is to not overextend myself. I am a server by nature. Like, that was my job profession, a server. And so I love to serve people. I love to help people. I love to be there for people. And that is just how God made and built me, right? But Lord, I didn't take one of my brushes out. So I'm gonna take this brush out while I'm talking to y'all. But that is how God made and created me to be. And so when God has built you like this and you don't have any boundaries in place, you can easily fall into, you know, people pleasing and overextending yourself and things like that. And so God had to break that up out of me. Like, he had to break it off of my life this year. And so in the beginning, it felt so foreign being, you know, just telling people like, no, I'm not available to do this, or, you know, I can't do it, or I just don't want to do it, or, you know, things like that. And it was so uncomfortable at first. And even just recently, I had to tell somebody like, look, no, I can't do that, right? And it was so uncomfortable. But guess what? I made it, y'all. I made it. No matter how guilty the enemy tried to make me feel, right? Because the enemy will try to make you feel guilty even in your own mind when you put up certain boundaries and when you're like, look, I'm not going to overextend myself. But also people, they will try to make you feel guilty. And the person just was like, okay. But I kept beating myself up. And so God was like, look, it is okay. You are not Captain Save every person. Like, they're going to have to figure it out. And it's okay. Because at that time, God had me working on something totally different. And if I would have added their stuff to my load, like, I wouldn't have been able to do what God was telling me to do. So I had to learn to stop overextending myself. And I'm proud of myself for that, because for the past 37 years, baby, listen, that's what your girl was out here doing. That's what I was out here doing. Number 4, it will be to guard my heart and my emotions. Your heart is the seat of your emotions, and whatever flows to your heart is going to flow out of your mouth, right? And even the Bible says that out of the heart, out of the mouth, the abundance of the heart speaks. And so whatever you have in your heart, it's going to speak. It's going to speak. It's going to speak loud, even when you don't want it to, right? And that's something that God is even dealing with me now on. I have a few things that I'm like, God, like, get this up out of me, because I cannot go into another year, you know, feeling like this, or with these same heart issues. And so God, teach me how to guard my heart. And especially as a prophetic person, you know, the enemy definitely plays hard with my feelings and my emotions, and you know, he's always coming after my heart. And so I'm at a place now where I'm like, nope, I'm guarding this thing like it's $1 million. Like, I'm gonna guard it. I'm gonna safeguard it. I'm gonna guard my heart, my emotions, and I am not gonna be, you know, just out here just doing what I used to do. So no. So pray for me in that area, y'all, as I pray for y'all. Okay. Let me see what number we're on. We're on number 5, and it is to be open to new friendships. This right here, y'all, this has always, I'm not gonna say always, because when I was in the world, I had friends. At least I thought that was my friend, but they really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But this was an area where I wanted, you know, I wanted friends. I remember even as a little girl, my grandmother wouldn't allow me to have friends, but she would allow my sister to have friends. And so this was always something that I wanted. And so by the time I got grown, baby, even a teenager, I was picking the wrong kind of friends, you know. And my mama would always tell me, like, that ain't your friend, that ain't your friend. But I didn't want to hear that. Who wants to hear that, right? Like, I did not want to hear that. Like, mama, be quiet. And so yeah, so I always, like, used to just struggle in that area. And I had to pray and be like, God, send me friends, like, you know, friends that have your heart, friends that, you know, are women of God, friends that love you, friends that are entrepreneurs, or even just successful women, right? Because you are who you surround yourself with. And so those have been my prayers. But I have definitely been open to new friendships. And even with, you know, being burnt out with other friendships and things like that, because the enemy will definitely try you. If he knows that that's something that you desire, he gonna come after that thing, right? Because he doesn't want you to have God ordained friendships. And so he will definitely try to come and make you sabotage the relationships and the friendships that God has placed and put in your life. And so I have been open to new friendships and whatever God wants to do. And I've been vetting them too. The same way that you vet a man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we should be vetting these men out here. We shouldn't just be out here just throwing ourselves at them and stuff like that. But the same way that you would vet a man that you want to get into a relationship with, you need to make sure that you vetting your friends and make sure that you want to get in a relationship with them as well. Because people be crazy. People are weird. People are definitely weird. Okay? Yeah. So, all right. Number six, take care of me. Guess what? When you are a person that takes care of everyone else, you can put yourself on the back burner. And then you'll be experiencing, you know, burnt out. You'll be burnt out, and you'll just you know, be regretting life and people and just so many different things if you don't take care of yourself. And so this year, I told myself at the beginning of the year that I was gonna go and I was gonna have at least a massage every quarter. I failed. I ain't do it. Because I was just so focused on, you know, just taking care of the people around me. At work, I was a waitress at the time, and so, you know, when you're a waitress, baby, you really are like, look, gotta put people needs before your own. Like sometimes I would have to wait just to go to the restroom because I am servicing someone else, and so I allowed that to trickle over into my personal life for years. And you know, even just last year, like I said, I was like, okay, I am going to you know, go have more massages and things like that and take care of myself. Even though, last year I don't even think I took myself out on dates a lot. I did buy myself flowers. I started my self-care journey, and so I would buy myself flowers and things like that. But as far as like taking myself out to lunch or dinner or getting that massage that I told myself that I was gonna do, all of that went out the window. And so this year I'm gonna do that, because I cannot be operating from a place of burnt out, a place of stress, a place of, you know, just anything low energy. So I'm gonna be taking better care of myself. I'm gonna make sure that I stay consistent in the gym. I'm gonna make sure that I am eating properly. I started with another friend of mine. We started our keto on today, and so I'm gonna just be taking care of myself in every area, because when it comes down to like beauty and, you know, being more feminine and things like that, like I got that. I got that a lot. Like I got it down, you know, not all the way. I'm still growing and evolving in those areas, but I need to be working on other areas. So I'm gonna be doing that more. Number 7 is stop wasting time. And I know that this is not just for me. Stop wasting time, y'all. Stop wasting time. What are we doing? What are we doing? What have you done this year so far? What have you done? Because this is 2025. This is a whole nother year. And if you didn't complete any of your goals for 2024, shame on you. So you have to stop wasting time, baby, because time, it waits for no man. It waits for no man. After I have experienced so much loss and grief and, you know, been to 6 funerals in the past 2 years of close family members, I have decided that I'm not wasting no more time. And so it may offend a few people, you know, but guess what? At the end of the day, this is my life. This is, I only get one. I'm only gonna be this age once. You know, I've already wasted so much of my time, and so I'm gonna go after the things that I want in life, and that's it, period. So yeah, so stop wasting time. Number 8 would be to have more dates with my honey. I gotta date my man. I gotta date my man, y'all. I gotta date my man. And even though we went on dates this year, you know, I can count it on one hand how many dates me and my man went on this year. And that's bad. That's bad. If y'all are married, like, let me know what y'all do for date night. Like, what's fun? Because my husband isn't the type, like, we don't go to bars and lounges, and we don't go, like, to the club and things like that. So our date nights really just be like, and he's a simple guy, and he's always thinking about work in the morning. So our date nights are always like, just dinner, you know what I'm saying, like going to dinner. And his favorite restaurant is Houston's or Fleming's, and so we gotta even step out the box when it comes down to date night. So if y'all are married, like, let me know what y'all do for date night, because I gotta incorporate some new ideas into date night. One date night, at the beginning of last year, I did take him to go and see Cat Williams, and so we went to the comedy show. But other than that, the rest of our date nights have literally been you know, we went out to Sweet Lorraine's once, and they had live music, so we went there. But other than that, like, our date nights really be just dinner. That's it. That's it. And so I definitely want to switch that up and change that up. So let me know what y'all do in the comments. Number 9. I'm gonna sip my water on this one. I hope y'all didn't hear those big gulps, but if you did. Number 9 is bet on me. It's bet on me. I said it. It's bet on me. I learned that you gotta bet on you. It's okay to take the risk. It's okay to bet on you. It's okay. You're worthy. You deserve it. You push everybody else, you know, agendas and things that they want to do. So why, when it comes down to betting on you, you're afraid to do it? Take the risk. And that is exactly what I have done this year. I have been betting on me. I stepped out at the beginning of the year, and I started creating content, because when I first started creating content, I would just like upload little motivational videos, like, you know, inspiring words and things like that, or pray and things like that. But then I was like, you know what, I'm too creative to just like stay in this bubble. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bet on me. I'm gonna just start you know, uploading content of the things that I want to see. Like, no, like, what am I waiting for? So it took me a minute to figure out exactly what my niche was and the things that I wanted to do and talk about and, you know, like, record and share with the world. And so since I've been doing that, your girl been betting on her. So much so that my last day at my job was on the 26th of December. So much so I've been betting on me. And guess what? I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. So we'll get into more of that later. Number 10. This number 10. And this one right here will be great for a lot of you guys. Okay? Listen. Hear me and hear me well. Not feeling obligated to tell people what I have going on until I'm ready. Now, how many of y'all are so focused on like sharing your goals and your ideas and, you know, the things that God is telling you to do? You're so focused on sharing it that you don't even have all the details in order. I mean, you just out here just running your mouth, just out here just out here. Like, what are we doing? Like, no, it's okay. It's okay to wait. It's okay to not share at a particular moment. It's okay to even just bask in a moment and not feeling obligated to share if you don't want to. It is totally fine, okay? I'm gonna see how this pink blush do today, y'all. Your girl is stepping out. And with this one right here, you don't even need a lot, but I put on a lot, but it's okay. But yeah, you know, what is wrong with you feeling as if like you owe someone else you know, like answers to the things that you want to do? And so I had to learn, like, God had to tell me, girl, stop telling your business. Like, girl, it's okay to bask in this moment, to enjoy this moment before you tell the world. Like, I had to learn that the hard way, and not feel guilty either, you know. And he's been teaching me this lessons for the past 4 years. He's been teaching me this lesson for the past 4 years. But I am one of those people, like, I'm always rooting for other people, and I'm always you know, just like wanting to see everybody win. And so if I don't get the reaction that I think that I should get, I'm gonna feel bad, and I'm gonna be like, why even share with you anyway? And guys, like, look, let me build you up. Let me, you know, work on you before you're out here just like sharing everything. Like, you know, solidify the deal first before you share. And so that was something that I had to learn this year. And I'm proud because now I don't feel obligated as if I have to tell everybody everything that's going on with me. Like sometimes you may have to wait until the world knows, and sometimes you just won't know it all. You know, so, and one of the reasons why also too is because by, you know, when you so and I don't want to sound too spiritual, but you never know who's praying for your downfall, right? It could be somebody that's like right in your face, you know, and you're sharing with them and giving them all of your information and things like that, not even realizing that those people are familiar spirits or monitoring spirits, and they are taking back that information back, you know what I'm saying? And now you wondering why things are not going for you the way that they should, or you know, you just feeling like you can't break through, and then, or even maybe the deal just fell through because you shared too soon, too prematurely. And so God is just like, no, stop sharing until I give you the green light. Sometimes God won't even allow you to share. Sometimes God will be like, you know what, until you feel peace about sharing this with this person, then you can share. But up until then, no. And so don't feel guilty and don't feel obligated either. Okay, number 11, y'all, is it's okay to express yourself. And I had to learn this, and I'm still learning this, right? Because growing up, especially as a black woman, we've always been stigmatized as if we share how we feel, or if we have an opinion about something or we disagree, you know, that we're very confrontational, or, you know, me, it was my own trauma, right? And I know I just had this conversation with my brother, like, you know, the abuse that I experienced growing up, it taught me to muzzle myself. Like I was afraid to like share how I felt with people. And so I had to go to therapy and work that out. Like I really had to go and sit down with my therapist and, you know, come up with like different methods on how I can share with somebody and, you know, not come off as if I'm being disrespectful, but not also letting people play and disrespect me either. You know what I'm saying? There is a difference. And so that was something that I struggled hardly with, because it was like I would deal with things internally. Like I know, you know, I should speak up and say XYZ or whatever, but because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, I wouldn't say anything. And God had to, you know, show me as well that that was trauma, and that also came from a spirit of rejection and a spirit of people pleasing. And guess what, baby? I ain't trying to please nobody but him. Okay? Because guess what? Either way it go, some people gonna get their feelings hurt. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yep. So I'm gonna be expressing myself more in 2025. Okay. Number 12 is to give myself the same grace that I give others. This right here is so hard on me. Like, I remember there were times where I like really couldn't show up because I was dealing with grief or whatever the case may be, and I was just so hard on myself because it was like, I need to be doing this, I should be doing this, I should have this by now, I should be achieving this, and blah blah blah. And God is like, look, give yourself the same grace. Give yourself the same grace that you give others. Because guess what? None of us had the same starting point. None of us. We've all started you know, from a different starting point in life, and so you can never measure your life to someone else's. And so if it's like that, then you gotta know, like, no, like, it's okay to just give yourself grace. Yeah, you're 37 and you're just now stepping out, you know, into entrepreneurship, or yeah, you're 37 and I was still a waitress, you know, at a hotel, but I still made money to, you know, take care of myself and things like that. And so it's okay. It's okay. I had to give myself grace to grow, grace to evolve, and grace to bloom and flourish into this woman that I am today. So I had to give myself the same grace that I gave others. Okay. All right. Number 13 it will be to plan my day. I'm telling you, y'all, whenever I would plan my day and I would write out the things that I needed to do and to achieve for the day would pass by so much smoother. I would get so much stuff done. Even in the Bible, it says to write the vision and make it plain, even when it comes down to your day. Like, so whenever I'm just like aimlessly going about my day and I don't have a plan or something in motion, nothing is going to get done. I'm going to be feeling, you know, less accomplished. And so it's best for me, your girl, I got to plan my day. I got to. Number 14. If God shows me something, seek him for clarity before I make a decision and move prematurely. And I think a lot of people can relate to this, right? Sometimes we are so caught up into God speaking to us, into, you know, God showing us things, that when the moment we hear it, we run with it, right? We don't even have clarity about it. We don't even have instructions from the Lord, but yet and still, like, God will say move, or God will say business, or, you know, and instead of seeking him for the full vision, instead of seeking him for clarity, we just run with it, and we're thinking that, you know, it's that time or it's that season or things like that. And God is like, no, seek me to get the other instructions. Another person can't give you the instructions. Like, even if they prophesy to you, people, they prophesy in part. This person might have part of the prophecy, that person might have a part of the prophecy. And so you always have to seek God for clarity, and, you know, before you just make a decision prematurely. So, yep. Number 14. And I'm looking down, you guys, like, because I am, you know, so I can read what I put on the paper. Okay. So number 14 would be to start a daily routine, and because it helps with consistency. And this is so true. This is so true. If you don't have a daily routine, then baby, you setting yourself up for failure. One of the ways that God helped me to become more consistent with different areas of my life was to start a routine. And it started with making my bed daily. Now I cannot go, I'm even in a hotel room making my bed, you know, because I have to make my bed daily. It's a part of my routine. It's a part of, you know, me being consistent in one area. And whenever you're able to be consistent in one area, it's going to trickle over to the next area. And so I've been consistent with making my bed. Then God, you know, moved me to skincare, creating a skincare routine and being consistent with that. And then God trusted me with something else. And so it was like the more I would complete these small little tasks, the more he would give me to do, right? And so now I'm just like, God, my plate is full. Don't add nothing else on here. But I'm so grateful. But it helped me to be more consistent with starting with a routine. This one right here. This one right here, y'all. Number 15. Yeah. Number 15 is delegate things and stop trying to be superwoman. Who else got that superwoman tendency? I'll wait. I'm telling you, y'all, I used to think that I had to do everything on my own. Like, I have a house full of people in here, my husband, my kids, like everybody. And I would be so mad and so frustrated because, like, nobody would do what I needed them to do. And the reason why was because nobody knew what I needed them to do. They didn't know. They did not know. They didn't know, girl. And so since they didn't know, they couldn't do something that they didn't know to do. So I had to learn how to delegate, like, tasks and be okay with handing that task over to that person, because that's what creates burnout as well. And I know, like, oh my God, I used to get so much with this because, you know, I know coming from like my household or whatever the case may be, like black women back in the day, they used to have to do everything. They used to have to cook the food, you know, and then they had no man too. Or if they did have a man, the man only thing he did was work, and so like, and take out the trash and kill the bugs. And so, you know, yeah, so they didn't delegate anything. They did everything. They got up in the morning, they got the kids ready, they did the laundry, they cooked, they did everything. And I was like, look, I'm not doing all of this stuff no more. It's 4 of us here, 4 of us. We're gonna delegate some of these tasks. And so I began to like tell my daughter, like, look girl, I need your help doing the laundry. Husband, I need your help, blah blah blah. And now I don't even touch the laundry. My 17-year-old, she does the laundry. My husband, he has his chores. My baby, she has her chores. You know, we still working on her with some stuff, because she don't like to, you know, do too much but watch YouTube. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna delegate some things around here, because I'm not doing all that by myself. Okay, period. Let's see what number we on, y'all, because number 16 is to romanticize my life even with a husband. I said it. Sometimes as women, you know, we can be like, oh my God, I'm not gonna wear this until I get a man, or I'm not gonna wear, you know, or I'm not gonna, you know, care about how I go to bed until I get a husband, or I'm not going to go treat myself to a nice dinner or things like that until, you know, I get a husband. And that is so wrong. Like, that is wrong. Like, if you're not doing all of those things for yourself, then guess what? When that man come, you ain't gonna be doing that. You're not. You're gonna be you're gonna be stuck in whatever cycle you are, you know, or if you start doing it, it's gonna be hard to upkeep it and maintain it. And so one of the things God taught me was like, look, stop doing things like, even like, stop waiting on your husband to do stuff. If you want to do it, and it's okay. My husband always told me that too, like, do it. You don't have to wait for me to do it. And so I'm so glad that my husband is the type of man that he is, because he's like, whatever you want to do, baby, just do it. Just do it. As long as you ain't out here killing nobody, you ain't hurting me, you ain't disrespecting me, whatever it is that you want to do, go for it. I'ma support you, you know. And I love that. I love that about my man. Okay, and so I want to just share this, y'all. Like, stop waiting for that man to come to romanticize your life, because guess what? Whatever you are giving yourself, whatever you're putting out and giving yourself, then that's what he's going to give you. If he sees that you're the type of woman that does not care about yourself, that does not treat yourself nice and kind, and, you know, care about your appearance and, you know, different things like that, then guess what? He ain't gonna be doing that stuff for you. He's not. He gonna be like, look, this what she like, this what I'm gonna give her, and that's gonna be that. There's not gonna be any room for growth or anything, and you're gonna attract the type of person that you are too. So with that being said, if you want, like, don't wait for a husband to, you know, take you a nice bubble bath and, you know, lather yourself up with your finest oils and put on your perfume and, you know, put your lingerie on and lay in the bed and sleep. You don't have to wait for your husband to do that. You can do that for yourself. I do it for me. When I get up in the morning and I get myself together and I put my makeup on and, you know, I put on my lotions and creams and whatever, I do that for me. I don't do it for my husband, because I love me. And I had to get to that place too, right? So, you know, I definitely had to get to that place, because there was a point in my life where I did not, like, love me. There was a point in my life where I didn't even like me. Like, how, girl, that's so weird. Like, how did you spend all of these years with a person that you didn't even like? But I did it. And it was a part of the trauma. And so we'll begin to talk about my trauma and all of that and how I healed and things like that. You know, soon. I don't need y'all all into that right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a healing or a therapy session. This is 24 lessons that I learned in 2024. Okay? Man, all right. So, number 17, it will be to forgive quickly. Forgive quickly. And I'm looking like this because this is what an area where I struggled in. And even just last month, God was like, let them people go. Let them people go. It's okay. It's okay. And one thing about me, I'm very raw, I'm very open, and I'm very transparent. So I'm gonna let you know if that's the area where I struggled in or still struggling in. Because guess what? If you're trying to conceal something, or if you're trying to hide something, you won't be able to get the healing that you need. So I want to be healed. I want to, you know, be whole. So I'm not going to hide something that I'm struggling with. Like, no, I'm going to put it out there. So that was the area that I definitely was struggling with. You know, forgiving quickly. I wouldn't say I was bitter, but I definitely would hold a grudge, and I definitely would, you know, carry the spirit of offense when it came down to certain people, certain things, and things like that. And God was like, look, you know, forgiveness is not even for them, it's for you, because unforgiveness is a huge stumbling block, and it's a hindrance to the things that God wants to do in your life. And so with that being said, I crossed over into 2025 with a clean slate. I forgave all them people. I did. Things that I'm like, I was up in there digging deep. I was digging deep. I'm like, cause baby, who about to cross over with all of this in their heart? Not me. Not me. So forgive quickly. Let's see. Number 17 will be to cherish. What I put on there, y'all? Life is but a vapor, so cherish each moment with your loved ones. And that's so true. That's so true. Like I told you guys that I have experienced like a lot of grief, a lot of loss in my life in the past 6 years. And so at this point in my life, I cannot afford to harper on, you know, things that I can't change, or even, you know, just be nasty and mean, because life is but a vapor, and you have to cherish those moments with your loved ones, like while you're still here. So yeah, so that's something that I worked on this year. Yep. All right, cool. I think this is number 18. I'm not responsible, and neither are you. You're responsible for other grown people. I know in the black community, like growing up, my mama would always tell me, that's your brother, that's your sister, always be there, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And it's so true. And you want, like, you know, to have that close relationship with your siblings, and they be there for you and you be there for them as well. But guess what, baby? What it does, it creates like codependency. Like, I know they got me. I know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you grown. I'm grown, boo. Like, I got my family. You know what I'm saying? And it made me also feel as if I had to be responsible for grown people. Like, not even my siblings. I'm just talking about people in general. Like, I will always feel obligated to you know, be there for other grown people, and you know, just too much. Don't talk about it too much. I don't even know where it came from. I think my daughter be listening to that kind of music and stuff, y'all. Yeah, but I am not responsible for another grown person's feelings at all. So nope. I went to therapy and I handled my own. So guess what, baby? Maybe they need to go sit on the couch. Maybe so. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting on the couch, okay? Let's sit on the couch more in 2025. All right. Number 20 was to give my children individual time. Yep, I shared in another video, guys, that my son unfortunately passed away in 2022. And so I have 2 girls. And so what I have to make sure is that I am giving them individual time. I am giving them the time that they need and the time that they deserve. Because my daughters are also 6 years apart. Like, the baby be thinking that she's 17. You know what I'm saying? Mariah already be thinking like she out here grown. And then the baby, she be thinking that she Mariah age. And so the last thing I want is for Mariah to leave here and then I have to get to know my baby all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because she's growing and she's evolving into a young lady as well. And so while she's doing that, I have to make sure that I'm there for her emotionally, physically, you know, spiritually, and just let her know that she has a safe place to come to whenever she's feeling, you know, any type of emotions or feelings that them little preteens be feeling. Because they be feeling a lot. They do. So I just have to make sure that, you know, she knows that, you know, mommy is here for her. So I make sure that even if it's to the store to go buy her something that she likes, or, you know, going to the movies, or go and have ice cream, whatever it is. One day me and her went and sat in Chick-fil-A and we ate. You know what I'm saying? And so I love having dates with them together, but I also love having dates with them separate as well. And sometimes when you have several children, it's hard, but I thank God that I only have, you know, those 2 girls left. And so I make sure, and my oldest is like, she be in here doing hair and stuff like that too. So she be up in here gone with her friends. So, you know, it works itself out. It definitely does. And then there's times with a baby, I'm like, oh, Mariah needs her time. And the baby be like, bye. Like, she'll be in here just chilling. So, yeah. So that was number 20. Number 21. I think I did this out of order. I missed one. Or whatever. But anyways, we're going to go with this. Allow my children to have space and give them grace. Because they're not me. As much as parents, we be wanting our children to be us, right? Do things the way I want it done, or dress how I want you to dress, or clap your hands in church and worship like this and do all of these great things. But guess what? Them babies ain't you. They're not. They're not. God created them different. God created them, they're individuals. Even though they are your children, still they're children of God first. And so you have to give them space and grace and time as well. Yeah, get that to them babies. God had to get with me on that, because he's like, look, they are not you. They're going to have their own testimony. They're going to do things the way that they want to do it. This is a whole nother time, a whole nother generation. Look at how you were. Thank God that those children are not how you were, because I was off the chain. I was off the chain. But thank God that, you know, they're not how you were. But give them also space to mess up and the grace to fix it and change and evolve as well. So number 22 would be to trust God with my babies, because he got them. He got them. And I didn't even know that actually God sent someone to tell me this earlier in this year. And she was like, I don't kind of want to tell you this because she didn't have children. And so she was like, and she knows, you know, how it is since I had lost my son. So she was like, I am not trying to overstep, but I really heard God say this. And so I was like, girl, like, tell me. And so she was like, trust God with your children. He's not gonna, you know, let them fall. And so when she said that, I was like, you're right. So trusting God with my children, because he's not gonna let them fall. And one of the ways that he showed me this recently was by me God told me to demonstrate the life that I want my children to see, right? Because sometimes as believers, as Christians, that we may be the only Jesus that a person sees, right? They might not never physically see him, right? But we're representatives in the earth. We represent Christ Jesus. We are heirs of Christ. And so we are joint heirs of Christ. And so with that being said, we have to represent ourselves in a godly way. And so I had to begin to like really just walk this thing out. Let them see me living this life. Not just talk about it, not just preach about it, but let these babies see me live this life, and so they can make the decision on their own, like if they want to serve God. Because the last thing I wanted to do was to force God on them. I know that that's what I had been doing, forcing God on them. Do this, do that, do this, and they didn't have a relationship with, with Him. And I never wanted them to say, "My mama God." No, I want you to know God for yourself, right? And so since I've been doing that, like, I've really seen change in my children. Hold on, y'all. Let me get some more water. Since I've been doing that, I've really seen, change in my children. And so, trust God with your children. Even much so, just last week, Mariah was on the phone with her friend. Her friend is in college, and this guy, he's older. And so when I looked at the phone, I was like, that little boy up in there high as a kite. Oh, that boy high, because his eyes was low and different things. And I'm just like, oh my God. And so here I am judging, right? And because he was high, I wouldn't say I was judging, because I was calling out the facts. He was high. Truth be told, he was up there high. And I walked out the room, and then all of a sudden I heard my daughter telling him, "Man, yeah, let's read the Bible app. Yeah, man, they got different plans on there. You can read whatever one you want. It's going to help you in different situations and scenarios." And then she also was ministering to this man, telling him, God loves you just the way that you are. Like, come to Him like you are. You ain't got to change nothing, And when she said that, I just was like, wow, because God is really using her at such a young age, while most kids are being out here being very impressionable. They're running with the crowds, they trying to fit in. My daughter's the total opposite, and God is using her in her youth to set an example, to be an example for the next generation. And I love that. I told God, if you don't do nothing else, you've done enough. And so number 23 would be to heal. Yep. Heal. A lot of people want to stay broken, but guess what? And they want to blame the people that hurt them and did all of these things to them. But God is like, heal. Allow me to heal your trauma, to heal your brokenness, to heal every part of you. Don't try to run and, suppress it, but heal. Really deal with it. Get to the root cause, the root of these issues. And I bet you, I guarantee you will be a totally different person. And so I committed myself this year to really do the work. I showed up. I did the work. I got in therapy. I've been in therapy actually. I got in therapy last year. I think it was last year. I got in therapy. No, last year was 2023. But I got in therapy in 2020. Last year was 2024. I got in therapy in 2023. So I've been actually doing the work since 2023, August of 2023. I've been doing the work. I've been showing up in therapy consistently. I have been, dealing with hard conversations, dealing with things from my past, not running from it, but dealing with it head on. And when I tell you I am a better person because of it now, like I am. And so there are still areas that I need healing in, and it's okay. But I have allowed God to pull back those layers, and I have allowed Him to start the process. And so I'm just like really excited even about what my 2025 is going to look like. Because if I wouldn't have decided that, yeah, I want to heal, I don't want to stay in this broken place. Yeah, I lost my mom. Yeah, I lost my son. Yeah, I've been abused. Yeah, I've been, you know, all these different things. Yeah, a lot of bad things happened to me, right? But I didn't use that as a crutch. I used that as a stepping stone to be where I am now. And now I'm like sharing my story, you know, and I'm just like really just allowing God to use my life. And I know that the more you talk about the things that you've been through, the more you share, the more you open up your mouth, guess what? You will heal more. The Bible says that we overcome by the word of our testimony and the blood of the Lamb. And so the more that you share your testimony, the more that you share your story, the more you will overcome. Listen, I'm not preaching to you, but I'm preaching. The more you share your testimony, the more you will overcome by the blood of the Lamb. Okay, and so that's number 23. And that one I could have got a little more deeper in that, but I ain't gonna do it to you. I ain't gonna do it to you. And number 24 is pretty much don't run from conflict. Settle it immediately. Like I said previously, a lot of times when you are a black woman and you know you got to deal with some stuff, you know what I'm saying? People might say, oh, she's always angry, she's always confrontational, or she's always so mad and angry, you know, and she's always starting, da da da. And it's like, no, I'm not. I want to deal with this conflict. I want to resolve this issue, and I'm not going to run from it. I ain't going to be a Jonah. I'm not going to run. I'm not running in 2024, okay? I mean, listen, why I keep saying 2024? It's still so fresh, right? It's today, day one. It's still so fresh. So, but I'm not running in 2025, okay? I'm not. I'm going to deal with this head on. I don't care how uncomfortable it may feel. I don't care. No, I'm not. I'm not. Because I don't want all of that in my space and in my place and in my heart. So I got to deal with it. So, man, this has been a little deep, but I don't mind. I pray that we get a chance to go deeper over here, and I just pray that whatever I said or shared, that you guys get some type of wisdom, insight, and that you are able to implement, you know, the things that I've learned in 2024 into your life. I just pray that, you know, it doesn't go in one ear and out the other, for real. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope y'all like my beat, because your girl just beat it out the frame. Oh, also listen. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, if you want to learn how to achieve this, I have, my business is called Makeup and Ministry, right? And so you guys can get one-on-one ministry with me, and you guys also will be taught how to break through in beauty, boldness, and femininity by achieving your flawless makeup look, whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So hit me up. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I am Juanika Williams on all of those platforms, and my website is Juanika Q Williams. I'm gonna leave all of that in the description box. But if you want to have a one-on-one with me, you want to have ministry, you guys are welcome to do so. So I'm gonna drop the link. Make sure that you guys schedule your one-on-one sessions with me. Also, if you don't want to have one-on-one ministry, but you still want to know how to beat your face like this, head over to my Stan Store and download your beauty guide today. I'm telling y'all, in this Beauty Beyond the Brush course, I don't leave nothing off limits. You get a beauty checklist. I talk about skincare. I teach eyebrow method, like everything that you want to learn. And guess what? It's for the low. It's for the low. $59. You get a whole makeup course. You get 2 checklists. You get everything for $59. I'm telling you. So listen, there is no reason, there is no excuse for you to be not knowing how to do your makeup in 2025. We ain't taking no excuse. We ain't holding no captives, okay? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.